We already hot.
Doom, 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 doom.
Can we check that intro? Community Connections Conversations. We are officially
I'm trying to find you on here.
There we go. I'm send it to you.
I got it.
You got it? You got it?
Yeah.
Guys, tell me what you think of that intro. I'm getting a little bit more.
Hey.
Shout out to Jackson Resource Center, Visions Unlimited Studios. I grind coffee and tea.
Like the music.
Got a lot of events going on this weekend, Mr. Williams. A lot of events.
You had to catch me up. I have no idea.
Gonna give a special acknowledgement to my guy Laurel, my mobile tech, Mr. I forgot his name. Those airbags will peel your meat, man.
Not the airbags.
Hey, I got one of my favorites sitting in here on the couch, Mr. Curtis Williams III.
What's going on? What's going on?
Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we get started on this Community Connections Conversations?
I'm not a big shout outer kind of guy.
Man,
you know?
put somebody. Let's shout out.
I'm gonna shout out my family and friends around the world that have been helping me push this campaign, liking and sharing those posts.
What you running for president of the class?
That would be a lot more fun.
You in the grown folks race.
Yeah, we in the grown folks race. We got and man, we in a dirty, nasty
Man, they dropping people
challenge
business.
right now.
They driving people. Mr. Williams, let me ask you a question. People work around folks, watching them be dirty, do dirty, got dirty, and then when they want to run against them, they start dropping the bombs on them. Give me a little insight to that.
But see, I don't think that's a bomb dropper when you work around somebody and then I think that's called planting.
You being dirty.
No, I think that's planet. I think that's called you should do this and I support you talking about me behind my back. You know, you ever seen somebody like, you ain't never seen that game they run like the good cop, bad cop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
so you got
Tell me from the hood perspective.
we going in the good cop, bad cop. So in order for us to maintain this power structure that we have, we plant people in positions to run against us.
No.
Yeah.
Let the people know not what you're running, but the competition. What you competing for, sir?
I'm running against Benny Thompson for that 2nd Congressional District, Seat 2, Mississippi, House of Representatives. So, like I was just saying though, we don't think past the fact that it's a different person. You got to think deep into this. We dealing with some of the most organized crime families in the world. And it's not just in politics now. This is in business. This is in, like this video I saw, and I hate that we're seeing all of this right now.
Now's the right time to see it.
But you know,
why are we seeing all of this right now, sir?
It's time.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
It's time for a shift in our reality.
For the regular folks.
It's time for our shift in the regular folks. Right. I think it's time for us to push the kings off the mountains. You remember that game we used to play?
Yeah.
King of the mountain, can't nobody knock me down. I think we finna find out that that's a lie. We finna knock some people down off these mountains.
And how do we knock them down?
We got to use the truth.
And we have to be consciously aware and available to receive it.
We have to speak that truth. I watched a video the other day as I keep trying to tell people the importance of the power of the word. You know.
What's the word? When you say the power of the word?
The power of the word, using your words to fight for you, speaking truth rather than when you see something wrong, you ignore it or you dismiss it or you say, leave them alone.
Or you say this, that don't apply to me.
That don't apply to me is a good one. So it's a couple of things that we do that don't give power to our words. We lie instead of saying this person needs to pay better attention in class. They don't study at home, and you pass them anyway. You know, you remember we used to shame people back in the days.
We used to bust their skull.
So what I'm seeing today is we've become this, it's almost toned down version of ourselves because we've become so sensitive. And I think a lot of that
we beat sensitive.
We
beat sensitive. Why are we so damn sensitive?
It's depressing. It's so sensitive, man. You know, when you
we ain't World War II hard.
When men,
we ain't Korean hard. Vietnam hard.
We ain't.
we tissue paper wet hard.
We not green. What's that place, man? I'm trying to think of like what's the softest soft?
Tissue paper wet.
Cottonelle wet soft. Yeah. So
why is it when we get together we blast off?
I don't know, man, but
keep going.
I'm glad to be here anyway. But you know, I still have to maintain a certain demeanor.
Yes, sir. Please.
You know, I'm running for office, sir, and I'm a real person, and that's the thing I was trying to tell somebody the other day is, no, I'm not a suit wearing, say it all right, but I got the fight that you need right now.
But people don't want that. They don't want you. War. They don't want you.
We're in a war.
They want a liar.
Well, again, you want somebody to lie right now with your kids and your children in danger?
They want a liar.
But do you want somebody to lie right now when your children are in danger? See, you remember you mentioned Piney Woods the last time we were here.
Sure did. It's done hit the bucket.
It didn't get worse.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And before we go there, what is it we're running for?
District 2,
okay,
Mississippi, U.S. House of Representatives.
Mississippi, U.S. H of R. Okay. And how long has a current person been in that position?
At least 7,800 years.
And what has he accomplished in the last 700 years?
Well, he's passing out checks this week.
He sure is.
He's passing out checks this week.
So, why is he passing checks out this week?
Because we're close to the election and it'll stay on your mind. You know, if you do something close to it, you remember the trauma bonding that we discussed?
Yes, sir.
So this is a part of scenario similar to it, so it'll be easier to understand. It's like that case David Chappelle told us about when he said this pimp was beating the prostitute with the clothes hanger.
Right.
And he beat her so bad she had to be in the bed for weeks.
Right.
And so during the time she was in the bed, he gave her pills and, you know, gave her towel, baths.
He hugged her, he kissed on her.
You know, he was real nice to her.
Flowers.
And she appreciated it. And she
forgot. Excuse me. Did she displace that beating?
She forgot that he the one beat her. You know, that's the crazy part.
Talk to me.
She forgot. This the dude that beat me.
This the dude that whooped me to death up in here.
I'm the reason I'm in this bed It's because of him. Now, what a sane person would do who is not a victim of trauma bonding,
Not a victim,
they would say, as soon as I'm able to get out of this bed, it's going to be another clothes hanger that get used.
Right.
So you defend and protect yourself from the victim. I mean, from the attacker, right? So in trauma bonding, we're not protecting ourselves from the attacker. So in politics, the way that works is we have people out here who are running for office. They get in the office and then they sell us a lot of dreams of what they cannot do.
But they sold us on the dreams of what they were going to do.
No.
Okay, my fault.
They never told you what they were going to do. Like, when was the last time you heard some plans from a politician?
I haven't seen any plans.
No, I'm saying
I don't hear plans.
We don't hear plans. We just hear that we need to get the police better trained. We need to get some more police. We need to bring down crime. We need to bring some jobs into the area.
You're right. Oh, that's hypothetical.
That's right.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
A hyperbole or a hypothetical?
It's called the rhetoric that is accepted. It's accepted. You know, it's kind of like Visa, accepted everywhere. So we've allowed them to talk rhetoric to us
to
death.
To deafness.
Yeah.
Deafness.
So we're used to hearing it. So now it's basically who's going to speak the best to tingle our ears with the rhetoric. You know, we don't want to hear, I'm not going to say that's not what they want to hear. I think we're ready to hear the truth, no matter how it comes. I think we're ready for it.
Okay.
I think that this Epstein file situation has reawakened America's fighters. And I think that
we're drying that tissue paper out.
I'm like,
we're becoming paper towel.
I think we're putting them down. No more tears.
Okay.
And it's time to pick up them tiki torches and them pitchforks.
Okay. So revisit the Pineywood thing from your perspective, your perception.
So since our last conversation about the Pineywood thing, and this is terrible. It's all I can say. So I've heard so many different stories back and forth about the sexual nature, about the eating of people, about drinking bloods. I've heard they had baby farms. And so I think it was maybe 2 days ago, I heard the worst stories that I was trying to say they couldn't be doing this, but it did cross my mind. I wondered, were they doing it? Because I heard that they didn't like black girls or black women for sex. However, I heard about the beef jerky.
Okay, I ain't heard. Oh, that's on Facebook?
Yes, and Instagram, yeah.
Facebook and Instagram?
And YouTube.
Okay, YouTube.
A lot of the more uncensored stuff is going to be on your YouTube.
Okay.
But my Instagram feed is pretty terrible right now.
Okay. It's hot. It's hot.
It's horrible, man.
Okay.
That's why I'm not finna change it, because I said we need to stay angry and we need to get this taken care of. We need to stay angry.
Get shit done.
We need to stay angry right now.
Okay.
We don't need to let this go. Don't let them start talking about, how are we trying to talk anything to Iran right now? Like, that's strange to me is Iran is a problem for us. How? And we out here with a Congress, a whole Washington full of potential pedophiles and murderers. Let's not forget that those people don't just kill themselves before you eat them. Like, who's doing it's? Something it reminded me of, man.
Talk to me.
All right, so when I was in school learning about the Aztecs and the Incas and all those native tribes from South America, and you hear about them being cannibals.
That stuff not true though.
No. I'm just trying to tell you this how we dealing with who we dealing with.
Right. Okay.
They told us those people were cannibals and they were sacrificing babies and they were savages. And damn it, y'all doing that right now.
Doing it right now. So what are we doing? Are we wanting to put a blanket over it? Are we faking and shaking? What is it going to do to take people to wake up and stop allowing people to represent them that don't represent them, Mr. Williams. Because when I'm listening to you and I'm watching the videos and I'm in your presence, you sound like my kind of guy.
If this is not the time for us to make a change, then what is? You tell me something worse than abusing kids.
It doesn't get any worse than that.
No, I'm saying, what would it take? This is the what it takes, ain't it?
This is the what it takes.
This is the what it takes.
This is the what.
Like you tell me something worse than kidnapping, raping, murdering, killing, and eating children.
So our leaders that are already up in D.C., they're consciously aware that they're whispering about this stuff in back rooms, aren't they?
What they said that they've been investigating this man since 2005.
2005. That's 21 years. So anybody that's been in D.C. doing D.C. work,
Seriously,
consciously has to be aware of what's being whispered in the halls.
and I'll say it so far as not only does the congressperson know, but their helpers know, because you know when your assistants, right? Those private conversations the assistants have with each other.
When you say an assistant, give me a definition of assistant.
Like if I'm the congressman and then I have my assistant. You know, and you call them interns in the studio.
I call them interns
similar
in the studio.
to an intern, somebody who's kind of following you around, learning what you're doing. So imagine
watching and listening to what you're doing.
Watching and listening. And then they get with other interns and they talk about all of the business that they're seeing behind the scenes amongst each other. So they know.
For 20-some odd years.
For 20-some odd years. They've known.
People in D.C.
They have known about what's going on, and they've turned a blind eye because that person had some money. And so when we have two justice systems based on I'm rich and that's something I was telling Herman the other day.
Give a shout out to Herman Taylor.
What's up, Herman Taylor? HT3, he is going live tonight on Live 365, Southern Gold.
Ooh-wee.
It is.
You got to tap in.
Thursday, ain't it? So yeah, he gonna be jamming Thursday. I think I want to say Thursday is
Friday.
And I think
Friday.
tonight is the.
He got so many different nights.
I want to say it's dance, slow jam, slow music, dance music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shout out to HT.
So Herman and I were talking the other day, and I said, "How much money do we need to? I need to know this from a bulletin board, right? How much money do we need before nothing's illegal?
What? Say it again.
Before nothing's illegal.
Damn near there.
Damn
near
I'm
there.
talking about how much do you need though?
Right.
Because I just saw a guy get arrested the other day for having some weed in his pockets. I saw a guy on the TV get arrested for, domestic violence. But nobody's getting arrested for murdering, killing, and eating.
And pedophiling.
So it has to be a financial ceiling that you can break through, and now you're free to do whatever you want to,
We
right?
used to call it a glass ceiling. You call it what now? A financial ceiling?
I think it's a financial ceiling. So, you get to how much is it? Because Puffy clearly didn't have enough.
He didn't have enough.
He didn't. He was a dollar short.
He's a little boy.
He didn't have enough money to break through to do whatever you want to and not get caught.
Hey, he a little boy in it.
But here's the thing: does it matter about I'm thinking it's the country has to be, because other countries are holding people responsible.
Give me an example. The day they blasted off on somebody.
Prince Charles's brother.
Ooh.
Prince Charles' brother.
His mother?
His brother.
His brother turned him in?
No, Prince Charles.
My mistake. Prince Charles' brother.
The brother is the one who they're getting on right now.
They came and arrested him, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
Now, I hadn't seen the whole story, but I know that's the last thing I saw is they arrested him.
And then they pointed their fingers west and said, America, what y'all gonna do?
What are we doing?
What they gonna do?
That's what
they gonna do, bro.
That's what I'm trying to figure
Brother
out.
Williams, what are you gonna do when you get to Congress?
What I'm saying is, if the military hasn't become the switch branch, the fourth branch of government, before I get to Congress, I'm impeaching every.
What are you gonna do when you get to Congress?
You know what I want to do?
What you want to do when you get to
I
Congress?
want everybody to come in new. Shouldn't an incumbent who has been there
true.
for 8 years or
That's
more.
true.
And I'm cutting slack on the
You
young
said 8
ones.
years.
I said 8 years.
Okay.
Because that's what I think the cutoff should be for a term limit anyway.
Okay.
I think after 8 years, you've done your thing.
What you think about the Crockett woman? You think she busting heads up there in D.C.?
I'm going to say I like the way she's attacking the situation going on. But, you know, before I knew she was running for Senate in Texas, I had already saw that Terrico dude. I wish they weren't running against each other. Texas needs both of them.
Tariq, is he black?
He's a white guy.
Okay.
But he is, he's outstanding.
I'm being rude, man. That damn chocolate would eat.
They are good.
Chocolate's good.
He got them, he got that Valentine candy up in here, y'all.
What I want to do is I want to
the
play this
nuts in
2-minute. I want to play because we have got to wake our people up. And color, and you call yourself human. You call it
Project Humanity.
And what does hue mean?
It's the HUE for all the colors.
So we're talking about waking up our people.
Yeah.
People.
I think we're getting there because the vibe right now is we need to let this Republican Democrat go. We need to let this black white go. We need to let this north south go. And we need to unite for these children. If we can't unite for the children, then there is no hope for humanity.
Okay.
So whether you're on the left side with your foundational principles and you're on the right side, foundational principles, wherever you are, I'm sure that we can
Still
agree.
for the children.
I'm sure we can agree that we need to protect these children from these people.
I'm going to cue this up. This is Riza Islam, and he's kind of talking about maybe us. I'm not for sure. And I just want you to give me a little. Wait, you already heard it?
No, he said talking about us.
Maybe us.
What us done did.
All right. And I think he's talking about them upper echelon us. So we want to recap.
My favorite one.
We want to recap that we have been in Congress on the Hill at D.C. that was built by those of us, and they're watching things go on. They're listening to the things that are going on, and they walking around quiet, like the three monkeys.
Right.
Okay, so let me cue this up right here, and hopefully it'll play loud enough. You watching it over there?
No.
Okay.
I shared it.
Go ahead. I want you, anybody you need to share it to. It's a pleasure to have you in here. I didn't know Mr. Williams was going to drop by, but it's getting tight. He'll be on the ballots for March
10th, Tuesday, March the 10th. Please get
and
up.
It's only 3 of you guys.
It is. Please get up and get out and vote. Whether you're a Republican
Do something different.
or you're a Democrat, it doesn't matter. You can come out and you can participate in the primaries.
Tell them that again about the primaries. They don't have to be party.
Are open. Yeah, primaries in Mississippi are open. So if you want a better Mississippi, whether it is on the Democratic side or the Republican side, if you see a obstacle in the primaries, you are able to go out there and say, hey, this problem has persisted for so long, I'm going to vote against them. So whether it be an incumbent in the primaries or just somebody who you think is a bad person, bad fit, you can go and vote against them.
Okay.
So,
and right now, I think they're having absentee ballots.
I want to
from
say,
8 to 5.
You know something, man? They
That's what I think I heard on the news today.
I need to call them because once I found out that the election commission said
tripping.
They said they weren't going to handle the primary this
How
time.
you can't?
Or are we now saying, hey, I hadn't seen Benny Thompson in 4 years.
Well,
And now all of a sudden he's passing out checks left and right and left.
he passing and he making public appearances. He got a Facebook page.
But I'm like,
What has Benny done?
I'm not throwing rocks in the water.
No,
I'm
not at all.
gonna tell you
we
what
appreciate him cutting these checks.
All right, so I'm watching.
Can we get him cut for the 2 years as opposed to the last of the 2?
Can you open up Lake Haco?
Can you do something
No,
productive?
no, I'm saying you cutting checks to people that I don't know if they actually getting. You making donations that I don't know if they actually getting them. It looks good on this big old piece of paper.
It does.
But I don't know if they actually
That's
getting
a good point. What? Give me the regular size check.
No, I want to see
The bank deposit
something done. I see a lot of checks passed out, but I'm not saying anything done. You want to do something, go over there and say, I'm taking the first shovel into Lake Hyco to dig this back out. Okay. You want to impress me? Do something that's going to make this state better.
Right.
You know,
impactful for everybody.
That's not just for one organization that's finna pass out book bags again and embarrass these children in front of their parents.
Let me slip over there.
Do I have this expensive chocolate flying out of my mouth?
I'm always sucking on the camera. All right.
I'm trying to make sure
here we go.
That I ain't spitting out candy.
You good?
I'm gonna look at myself.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm good. Shouldn't be eating all this chocolate.
From every damn where, because of how everyone does not include us in their party. Everyone does not include us in everything that they do. There has to be a point of division in order for us to separate and then unite among the like-minded of our people. So let's make this very clear. When we say we want to call people out, let's make this all the way clear. Everyone knows who is real and who is not. Because there are some of us who are banned from every damn where because of how absolutely legitimate we are. So when you want to call people out, first they must be pointed out. We cannot unite with slave makers, slave owners, traders, turncoats, nor collaborators. It ain't gonna happen like that. Too many of us are black people with white minds. And so when you put people in front who say they speak for us, but at this point we are still in the same position, if not a little backward from where we were when it comes to our overall progress, I call conspiracy. Now, before anyone says conspiracy theory, conspiracy means when two or more groups, organizations, or individuals come together to do something that is evil and or wicked. It is an absolute conspiracy. You have too many black billionaires and millionaires who do not fund projects for black grassroots organizations to come up out of the condition that we are in.
I'm just going to stop. I saw you shaking. I saw you bobbing your head. Talk to me.
Because I agree with that. I'm like, I'm going to say, let me say this, because they do fun things. They just fun things. And let me make sure I say this the right way, because I don't want to step on no toes that actually might be trying to do something.
And don't receive it if it don't apply to you.
Yeah, and if it's not applying to you.
If it does not apply to you, don't receive it.
Don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah, don't personalize it.
However, how many more after-school programs are we going to try to put into place? How many more boot camps are we going to try to do? How many more let me mentor your child situations are we going to entertain? I've watched this go on, and another reason why I say you're working against us. The only focus any nonprofit, in my opinion, now this is my opinion, any nonprofit should be to help the working class adults. Because if you help the parents, you automatically help the children. You have to lift the parents out of poverty, not the children out of poverty. How are you lifting up children out of poverty and they don't have a job? Answer me that. So what I'm looking at, if I can't get Howard a job to where his son respects him and he goes to work every day and he come home and his son says, Dad, can we get McDonald's this weekend? And you like, son, we can't afford McDonald's. And then your son is sad and he can't afford a simple McDonald's because his dad doesn't make enough money. And then when it's time to go get school supplies, Howard has to take his son and get in this long line and get book bags and stuff from the donations. And then he goes and get his clothes, all of them from the Goodwill. Now, Howard is working full time. He doing his 40 hours. Now, true enough, the education system failed. And Howard has to work a little bit harder than most people in order to make ends meet. But guess what? He's still working. He's still doing his part. So why is it that he can't afford to make ends meet? It's because our wages have been frozen for so long, we're scared to ask for a raise. Most people are scared to ask for a raise. And you want to know why? It's because they will fire you. Especially if you look like me, dark-skinned. Now, a lot of people will talk a lot of mess, but I'm going to tell you something, and I had to deal with it my entire life. My first job interview, it was 3 of us there, right? And they had 3 positions. It was one for customer service, working in the office. One was a delivery driver, and then one was unloading trucks. I'm the darkest one there. Guess which job I got? Unload the trucks. And that has been a pattern until it was a pattern for a while. It was the visual of a dark-skinned man. You are automatically finna be the hardest working person here. You know what I'm saying? And so for a minute, it really didn't bother me. And so you know how they always tell you, you got to work twice as hard as everybody else. You got to work 10 times harder just to be seen. I quit doing that, man. You know what? I quit doing that because slackers got to be supervisors when the hard worker just got more work.
And I want to pivot on that too. With my skin complexion, there were no favors on that. I didn't receive any favors.
You didn't?
That I'm consciously aware of. No, I didn't. When I went to California, I had to go through a series with a degree. I was normally the lowest paid in the building. So it can kind of...
Well, in California now.
It can kind
You
of...
in a...
Yeah, I was out there with California.
You in the melting pot of things.
Hey, you know what?
You would have been a star here.
It kind of F, which is psychic.
You'd have been a star here, man. You'd have been a Mick manager of everything.
I'm gonna keep on with the here we go.
You'd have been the manager.
Too many people chasing the bag, but you don't get no damn respect because you sacrifice your people to be included into somebody else's group. So, let's stop the nonsense. Cut the cap, in the game. This generation ain't playing with this no more. I want us to all understand this. There is a separation here. The commercialized talking, everyone wants to be soft and talk soft. The enemy doesn't give a damn about nothing you call yourself. You can call yourself a Moor, Hebrew Israelite, you can say black, you can say FBA, all of that. We are considered to them.
That's right.
That is the very plain, simple reality. If you are a black millionaire but you can't speak the truth, you are nothing but a rich slave.
That's right.
And I will never trade my place with someone who has a lot of money but no respect for my own people. Too many of us get comfortable once we get a check and we forget where we came from. And you don't want to even go back around your people because you feel like we're not even worth being around. So at this point, again, this is a nice stage, a wonderful event, but knock it off. Those who are really about this, be about it, so that the enemy can say, you know what, we need to stop playing with these people and give them their real respect.
Are we about to?
How does that play into what we're witnessing in D.C. right now and the way we vote, Mr. Williams?
Well, I like
And
the
the way
fire.
we bubble in. We're not voting, we bubbling in.
I like the fire I'm hearing recently, and I can only speak about the past few weeks on my feed. You know, I see the fire coming back in the men. We're ready.
Okay.
We're getting ready.
Okay.
Because we're tired of this,
Okay.
and we can't believe it. And I'm really happy to see that fire coming back because the time is coming for us to have to defend these women and children, whether or not they want to be independent or not. The time is coming, and we're going to have to stand up, and we're going to need to stand firm. So I'm very happy to see men putting some bass in their voice, poking their chest out, because right now, I don't know. I think we all shocked right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is a time where we would normally be violent.
Well, and can I say this? It's like a rain. We wet, but we not soaking wet yet. We like being drizzled on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get that stead, that hit, that medium side when them drops start hitting, you start looking for cover.
I don't know, man. I think we've been dropped in the water and we ain't came up yet for air. I think we just.
You think we in the water?
I think we got dropped in the water, and right now you kind of underwater. Like, where am I at?
Where am I at?
You ain't came up for air to take a breath because it's so much crazy. You like. I think people are scared to surface. You know, you trying to swim underwater right now with all this that we have on top of us. It's like, did we just hear eating babies?
I haven't seen that one yet.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's been out there a long time in the music business about all this wild and satanic and all this weird.
But the thing then was, it was rumors that we heard on the fly.
Right.
It was they eating babies and drinking baby blood, and these were rumors, and we dismissed them as such. But now we have definitive proof in FBI documents that said, you know what? All those rumors were true. They are killing, eating. They have baby farms where they've abducted these young girls and taken them. They have them laid up pregnant.
Does DC know about this? DC? Washington, DC know about this? They part of this?
Who you think names are redacted?
Wow. What does
See,
redacted mean?
Okay, so you've seen that you get a letter and it's, well, you don't get a letter, but you see it on TV and it's a sheet of paper with some words on it and then all these black lines.
Right.
All right, so this is the game they playing with us as Americans, right? So the FBI turned over the documents, but they were already redacted. They turned over redacted documents. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're supposed to turn over documents that are not redacted. I'm supposed to be able to read all the lines.
Okay.
But you're playing.
This is paper with blocked out blocks of block.
So
it's been blocked out.
Yeah. So the FBI gave the Department of Justice already redacted information. Mm-hmm. So when Congress got it, they were reading the same thing the Department of Justice got, and it was like, why is it redacted? And then the DOJ was like, well, when we got it, it was redacted. Uh-huh. And they didn't complain. So they playing a game with us. That's all. They playing a game.
Now we heard. Now I'm not gonna call, and we get caught up in the messenger
and
not the message.
Yeah.
Okay, because even what that gentleman said, it can apply probably within other cultures too as well.
Yeah.
So we speaking on us. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a female that's of a different shade of color, and let's get her insight on what her experience is.
Gotcha.
All right.
About the kind of country we live in. Let's be honest. There's something wrong in this country. Telling people it is okay to work 3 jobs, not see your kids, not see your loved ones.
She's working how many jobs?
3.
3. And that's not including being a parent.
And
it's okay. Let me keep on going.
Take a vacation and God forbid you get sick. Okay? And I still got a job at home because I'm a mother. Because let's not forget, I don't get a day off. And I got to figure all that out. How are we going to eat? How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to pay the utility bills? That every single thing went up after COVID. Not one thing stayed the same except salaries. The only thing that stayed the same in this country is the minimum wage. Even though everything else went up. And we have a Democratic president or a Republican president, then a Democratic president, Republican president, and neither party ever talks about what is really going on in this world. Because I'm not even going to say the country. What is really going on in this world? There is no scarcity. It is how do we pit people against each other so they're too distracted to see everything that I'm too addicted to consuming. And how much profit I'm making, and more profit. How many more houses one individual can have? How many yachts can one individual have? And you're gonna arrest me now that I make a tent city? Yeah. So I take the scraps from the trash and make some kind of shelter for me and my children, regardless whether I have mental health issues, regardless whether I'm an addict, regardless of whether I am a female, male, whatever. I am a human being first. With what conscience are you criminalizing poverty?
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Well,
talk to me. And
a lot of people look at that and they'll say, she's mentally ill, she's homeless and all this and blah, blah. Let me tell you something. When you really dig into this and you see a lady, and I'm watching this video the other day, right? This lady, she living in a hotel. She paying $2,000 a month to live in a hotel. Guess why? Because she couldn't afford to keep her apartment anymore. That was $1,400 a month. So the apartment rent went up to $1,400, and she really couldn't. She was struggling to pay it. Right now, this lady, full-time job, no kids. This is her by herself, and her rent. Now this is around from 2020 to now. How much things have changed, right? So you go from now your salary didn't change now unless you work in Washington. Now if you work in Washington,
you know what? When the federal government was
changed.
on standby, should not the supervisors have been on, should the managers have been on standby too as well?
Talking about when you do the shutdowns?
When Exactly.
A government shutdown should shut down the government.
Government. Nobody gets
Nobody
nothing.
gets nothing.
Nada.
Nothing. That's
Not
what
one
a
morsel.
government shutdown should be. So for Congress to still get paid,
Getting paid.
during a government
How?
shutdown,
How and why?
the reason it's shut down is because of you. Again, we're allowing this. We're the people. We the people are allowing it. We're not complaining enough. We're like I said, they're treating them like a celebrity. Right now, they happy taking pictures and holding checks.
Hey, hit that once again about when the abuser is being lifted as the hero by the person that's being assaulted and abused. What's that word? What's that term again?
Trauma bond.
Trauma
Right.
bond.
So you driving down the street and your car is towed up because of these tow up streets that they haven't paved. The schools are failing. The grocery stores are closing all around you.
Prices out of control.
But hey, they let you have a barbecue in the middle of the street. And that was something you wanted, and it made you happy. So guess what? You forgot about the 4 tires you bought last month. You forgot about the fact that you have to drive an extra hour back and forward to drop your child off at a school. You forgot that there's no grocery stores in your area anymore, and you have to go all the way to Clinton or all the way to South Jackson to just find fresh vegetables at a decent price. So you forgot about all this just because they said, hey, yes, you can have a barbecue for the 4th of July.
Hey, I'm passing out fish.
I'm passing out fish plates. Hey, come get these turkeys in book bags. So
It is time for some new life, some new presents, some next ones up. And hit me again about that 8-year. Why are people representing folks for 30 years and you can't see the difference, the change, the growth?
I think it's we're just so busy trying to do us. We forgot to pay attention, and I have to admit it too. Life was not bad. We don't complain when things are going good. When things are going good and your job is good and the economy is growing and you can afford your how I like to say in college, my $350 a month 1-bedroom apartment.
Right. That's been a long time ago.
My $375.
That's a long time
No, I'm
ago.
saying
You got to go to Africa to get that.
My $375.
You got to go to Kenya to get that.
Brand new
Roby
95 Cutlass Supreme with the sunroof leather seat CD. I'm like $375. I'm like, this was my life in college.
Why are people having to die in these positions for the next ones up? Why are we not being represented by plumbers, secretaries, school teachers, bus
Customer
drivers?
service reps, police officers? We're not, because everybody wants that actor, that they want the show. See, I'm not in a suit and a tie right now. I'm not.
What'd you say?
I just got off work. I'm just coming over here saying, what's up? Ain't nobody here? Let me
What
come
did you
in.
say about people those that are above the above need to DoorDash? Why do they need to DoorDash?
You need to see the city you represent,
From the level of people that are working.
From the perspective of the working person. And that's why I don't like the idea of having what we call successful business persons in politics, because a successful business person
should be building the community. Go ahead.
They should be
building the community
with that extra money, with your success. But what
should
are
be
you
an
doing?
Extension of city government.
You should
state
be.
Government.
You should be an example of a wage that provides sustainability and quality of life to your employees.
How is a person making $30,000-$40,000 going into these political positions and coming out
millionaires?
Yes, sir.
Well, APAC money is one that we know takes place. 98% of Congress.
You call it what now?
APAC.
What's
APAC?
APAC?
I don't know if I'm saying it right. Israel money.
Okay.
People taking money from Israel so that they can sell you out.
Okay.
And no, I'm not scared to talk about it.
A lobbyist allowed to cut checks to our political leaders?
Man, Clarence Thomas was flying around the world.
Don't call him out because he's a
Let me
brother.
tell you something,
You
man.
call him out because he's a brother.
I'm saying he's the oldest one there.
Clarence Thomas.
Recently shown to have done Yes, I'm
The doo-doo.
accepting gifts.
Right.
Yes, I'm flying on the plane. Yes, I ruled on something related to this person.
Right.
So when we watching this in real time and we're not throwing down and mad about it, that's our fault. That's how they get to do it.
We are zombies. Okay,
That's how they get to do it.
Okay, so we talked about the 8-year limit. We're going to talk about competition. All right.
There is no competition.
Okay, let me hit this. This is my boy Cam Newton. Hold on. They think he crazy too, though. Hold on.
Thanks.
Normalize that. If it makes you uncomfortable to compete, you need to reevaluate yourself. Life is about competing. It doesn't matter if it's the NFL, the UFL, school district, firefighter, police department.
Get up, King.
Compete. Normalize that. When you get to a point to start taking accountability for your play, what you put in that tube, what you put in that camera, it's you. Nobody else. Man, the ball was low. It's you. Great quarterbacks are great quarterbacks because they make the job of the receiver easy. Great receivers are great receivers because they make the job for the quarterback so easy. Great DBs are great DBs because they make it extremely difficult for any receiver. Fellas, normalize. If it makes you uncomfortable to compete, you need to reevaluate yourself.
So why are our old heads not passing the baton down to our next ones up, our 30-year-olds, our 40-year-olds, our 50-year-olds? Don't they deserve an opportunity to lead?
I think their mindset is broken. I think that they actually are comfortable in themselves. They're comfortable in their status, their life. When they go home, they see that big, beautiful house. They riding in that Bentley in the parade.
Oh,
so
they don't have food deserts.
They comfortable. What's a food desert to a millionaire?
And we ain't knocking that.
Deliver my food. So no, I'm not knocking it. You're a politician, so I am.
Okay.
Especially when you say I had the $27,000 a year and now I'm a millionaire.
I'm a millionaire.
I'm in politics because now, you know what? I'll say this. If you were a millionaire and Lake Haco was open and Jackson streets were paved and the schools were properly funded and we had people moving into the city because it's such a wonderful place to stay, then I wouldn't care if you were a millionaire.
I spoke to someone today and I asked, are our challenges based on pride and ego? He said, no. And then I said, attitude. He said, no, you left out the G's. I said, what's the G's? Greed and gluttony.
He said, that's what your challenge is going to be?
I was asking about the challenges of not getting things done that seem like it would only require people working together to get things done. So I said ego, pride, attitude.
Well,
he said you forgot the G's, greed and gluttony.
And I believe that those two hit where we are now.
Okay.
When we're seeing these Epstein files come out.
Okay.
When they talk about, is this the person who invented Bitcoin?
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I sit back and I start to look at how much information is starting to come out, and then you hear about the Bitcoins, the stock market manipulation, all the connections in these very well-funded places, I sit back and I wonder, are we crazy? Because we celebrate these people.
When you say we, people?
Well, we Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. Oh, Amazon. Oh, Musk. The rappers, the singers. And when I'm listening to this now, they're saying a lot of these artists and entertainers have been a part of this group for a while, and they use them to manipulate you. Let's keep you entertained. Malcolm X said it all the time. When you're not supposed to be a leader if you're an entertainer. We're out here following rappers and comedians and singers and stuff. Like
entertainment on a third grade level.
So what we're doing is basically listening to Brother Malcolm give us some great advice.
Since the 60s.
It's
still real as of today.
Maya Angelou giving us some great advice.
Since the 60s.
And we said, we don't want to hear any of that. Or I'm not going to say we don't want to hear it. I'm going to say we didn't process it in our brain to where it meant something about the dude sitting right here beside me.
So what does Brother Williams bring to the table when he says, hey, man, I'm going to Congress and represent District
2? Well, one thing I bring is a plan that will make Mississippi better. And the second thing I bring, I got a serious anger issue right now.
Be angry, because anger gets shit done. The next time you coming back on the 5th.
Yes.
I'm going to play this getting angry, what getting angry does. This brother got kicked off the show, though, but
I have a serious anger problem right now with what's going on. Done. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it anymore. I tried to be nice and tried to calm it down. But you know what? If I wasn't in this building and trying to be respectful and meet as many people as possible,
right,
I would really use a whole lot more words to express how I feel about this, because it disturbs me so much that when you add Piney Woods into this, that's right here. You know what I'm saying? So some of these people who you seeing out here at these banquets and balls, they're helping this situation. So when you see them little girls going missing, and we talking about why are there so many black women missing and girls and nobody's saying anything? Well, now we know why. It's because those same black people who you talking about, them millionaires, they the ones who going out there and saying, we're going to help these kids. We're going to help them out, and we're going to take them on a retreat, and we're going to take them over here, and we're going to pick them up and take them places. And then we like so happy to see it, and we clapping, and we're not thinking about them church retreats, and we don't really care. And then here in the Epstein files, they like, that's one of the #1 recruiting places is the church. And them retreats that they taking them on.
Did you finish on the Piney Woods thing?
That's kind of what I'm talking about right now. Is the thing we're not really wanting to discuss as black folks is, look here, if Piney Woods is involved, that's not new. And do y'all think that they stopped doing this because Epstein got caught? I need you to really think about that. Do you think that it stopped with Epstein? You think that was
still going?
They said it was 7 islands, but we only know about one until recently. So you think that there's nowhere in Mississippi right now with one of these big factories that has a for lease sign in front of it? Like, you know, they building these big factories now where they just got lease signs. It's like nobody asked you to build the building. Didn't no company come and say, I need a building built here so I can bring some manufacturing or some anything here. You just build a big warehouse on 50 acres. For what? And it's a big lease sign out there. None of us are thinking, how you know trucks ain't backing up there with kids?
How can we hold our leadership responsible and accountable for what they say they're doing? How can I look at something and say, okay, well, so-and-so initiated that and so-and-so initiated that? I know sometimes I tend to see supervisors back in the day where they would put these signs up where they had paved a stretch of. Yeah. So do we have our own silos where we are able to go and communicate, or is it because we're not joined or we're not unified that we can't hold leadership accountable?
We can hold leadership accountable. I think that it's been a long time since we have.
I like the way it's been a long time. It's been 20-some years
since we have tried.
Made an effort.
I think that for most of us, I'll say, we've been so wrapped up in just trying to survive.
Ooh, that's a distraction.
It is. Survival is a distraction. And we didn't have time.
That's true.
So if you're up early in the morning, get the kids ready, you're off to work.
And you're working 3 jobs.
You're working 3. Let's just say you got one decent job.
Yeah.
And you come home, you get off at 5, but you don't make it there till 6:30 because you're in traffic. You got to stop by the store, grab something to eat because it's Thursday and we low on groceries or whatever.
Today I got my electric bill. All right. I got it today, and it tells me that my bill is $140 more than it was last year this month. Yeah, it's $140. So tomorrow I'm picking up the phone to find out, is that just the natural movement of inflation? Is it something that I'm doing because I'm not at home, I'm not using, but it's $140 more this year, this month, than it was last year. But guess what? My monies didn't go up. When I get the bonus, my bonus is being taxed supposedly, and I call it a living increase, but I'm getting a bonus. I'm getting taxed almost 30% of the bonus.
File taxes, yep, on your paperwork. So
and I do, but when I get that $2,200 bonus check, I could see you getting $300. I could see you getting $400. But why you laughing?
Because I know.
But when I get that $2,200 check and you hand me back $1,300, where the fuck did the other $900 go?
And that's why I say
on,
you
man.
need to. But again, though, guess what?
Let him see my face. Hold on.
We voted for this.
Come on, man.
We voted for this.
$2,200 bonus check.
Yeah.
When I get the check in my hand, it's $1,300 or $1,200. And guess what I say? This is what my upper administrators are saying. Well, that's better than nothing.
That is the go-to statement. Better than nothing.
That's better than nothing.
How about this? Give me my 22.
Yeah.
And we'll just say no taxes. That's why I say you should file tax exempt.
Okay.
Especially if you can do it on the computer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they don't tax your checks.
Hey, check this out, guys. $2,200. I end up getting
13
or 12.
Jesus.
I'm like, damn.
Hey, man.
But you know what? That's better than nothing.
Hey. You couldn't have got a bonus. Some people don't
couldn't
get
have got a bonus. You're right.
Some people don't get
You're
bonuses.
Right. And I tend to think
See, what
sometimes,
you're
let
looking at is the
me be
22.
mindful. Because
You
somebody
shouldn't-
might be following me
You
on
shouldn't
here.
have looked at the 22. You should have just looked at the 13.
Well, you know what? That's called pivoting. So I will pivot from henceforward and be thankful.
See, you ain't supposed to look at the top of your check.
I'm supposed to look where?
You're supposed to look at the bottom of your check. See, if you want to stay happy, you stay at the bottom.
At the bottom
of your check and your life and this is where they want you to be. They want you at the bottom and happy. See, if you look up at that top, you're going to get angry.
I'm going to get angry, and angry gets shit done. Okay, we got 5 minutes. I have never met you before. You're giving me the elevator pitch. What position are you running for again?
U.S. House of Representatives, Mississippi Congress, District 2.
Okay. And you feel like you have the qualifications.
Definitely.
Okay. You've got the feel of the people, the pulse of the people.
Definitely.
All right. Tell me why when I go into, I need to take action. So put me in a take action position about Mr. Purtis Herman. Is it listed as Purtis Herman Williams?
Purtis Herman Williams III. Yeah, put the whole name on there.
And it's
so
only
we
3 guys. It's only three gentlemen. Okay,
Right.
let me put that.
And don't make me start naming people.
We ain't gonna name nobody. Hold on, we're just looking at the one that's squared in.
Yeah,
we're gonna focus on the one. And this is the primary for the Democratic.
Correct. That's a primary on March the 10th. We need you to get on out there and choose your candidate to represent District 2.
And you don't have to be party favored or party aligned.
You do not. This is an open primary state. You can go out here and say, I want Mississippi to be better, and I think this person would do it, and you get to vote for them, whether you're Republican or Democrat, independent. You get on out there and you vote. If you see your state has been going down for the past 30 years since Mr. Thompson has been in office, if we haven't seen Mississippi moving forward, then you can go and vote against him. So it's not about I'm a Democrat, I have to vote Democrat only, or I'm a Republican and I have to vote in the Republican primaries only. This is Mississippi. It's a very special place.
Okay.
So use this to your advantage. Right. Use it to your advantage. We get to go and say, I don't like that Republican who's running. You feel me? And you can go and vote against him.
Well, I want to extend an acknowledgement and an admiration that you got your ass up off the couch.
We did that.
You saw something. Instead of you complaining, blaming, and shaming, you put your name on the ticket, on the ballot.
I complained too, though.
Okay. I mean, well, you're entitled because you're in the arena.
I complained.
And, we get more coaching from outside the arena than the guy that's actually in there putting in the work. So I just want to commend you. Hold on. Let me see if I can get my Nigerian. I don't know where they are tonight. I can't. Oh, hold on. There you go. Because a lot of people sit back up in the bleachers and want to coach the game.
Yeah.
and they won't come down on the field and play the game. So I just want to acknowledge you for your perspective,
Thank you, sir.
your perception, and for putting yourself out front and
I'm
making
waiting on the
yourself
debate.
available. Huh?
I'm looking for the
They
debate.
ain't gonna do a debate.
Why aren't we doing a debate? Where's the groups that always try to pull us together?
I had asked my other cohort, I said, man, can we do a debate? But you're right, there was not one debate.
Well, I would say a 78-year-old person doesn't want to debate me.
I got you. No.
No, I don't
Okay.
think you do. So he's going to try to run on commercials and check passing out.
And also all these same signs I've been using.
And then my person who works in Washington with me already, who's running against me, that I put in that running against me spot, he can help split the vote
Allegedly?
from that other guy.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
thank you for the alleged.
We have to use,
part.
we were leaning in on allegedly.
Was I leaning into
Hey,
was I telling too much of it?
We're gonna say allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't want our sponsorship to drop.
What I had heard was
Right.
we're gonna put somebody in there to split that so that we can get that candidate that has been there forever, who we know we control and it's not gonna do
How
anything.
much difference is doing something different effective in our present forwardness?
Well, I say doing something different right now is the difference in us sitting here in 4 years and watching our country basically lose. I'm gonna say we're about to lose what I like to call supply to the demand. See, what I'm watching that's in my feed, I'm watching countries about to boycott America.
Oh, they ain't playing.
No, they're not.
They ain't playing.
So imagine if China decided, you know what, we're not sending anything else to America. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of our medication comes from China.
No.
Yes, those pills you're taking for your blood pressures and your diabetes and all those other things. Do you know those things come from China? Yeah, they're not made in America. America has outsourced everything but you. And I think they probably trying to outsource you. So they've outsourced everything. And now they're trying to hurry and get it back. But here's the thing. You're trying to bring manufacturing back under what? What kind of manufacturing are you trying to bring back? Because we're not finna make iPhones in America. Computers and robots are finna start making iPhones. China has robot army now. I saw today. They have trained them to do kung fu and karate and sword fighting. And today I saw them with the machine guns. So we're so far behind that what I'm seeing in our leadership is they're finna try to, this is just my opinion now, I think they finna try to start a war to cover up all of this trash. And I think we're the crazy people if we let them do it because they're sending our kids, our children to fight.
Right.
So we got pedophiles in charge who are finna send our children to die. That make sense to me.
It doesn't. So, Mr. Williams, share with me your elevator pitch on when I go into this booth for the primary on the 10th. Absentee ballots are going on now. And they're going to have 2 Saturdays that you can do this. We're what, 2 weeks out? 3 weeks, about three weeks out.
Yeah.
Why? No, when I bubble, Curtis Herman Williams III. Go ahead.
If you want somebody who's going to fight for you and your children and the future of Mississippi and the United States, then I'm the only candidate you can trust. I am not in Washington, have not worked in Washington. I'm not a member of any groups or organizations that I could possibly owe favors to, or they
Say
could
that again. I didn't mean to stop you. You say you don't owe what?
I'm not in any groups or organizations that I could possibly owe favors to. I don't have an allegiance to anyone but God. And the plans that I have, God gave me. And I did not want to get in this race or this fight, but I had to. It is my duty to do it. So why should you vote for me? For one, you can actually go and see my plans on Changes Here 2026. You don't have to just hear me say we need to bring in more police. We need to pay police better. You can see on my plans how we pay police better, how we recruit more police. I'm not here to tell you we need to increase, educate, do better for the schools. You can actually see in the plans how we make the schools better, how we get the parents more involved with the students' education. You don't have to hear me say taking care of the old people. We need to take care of our elders. No, you can see in my plans how we do that. And again, that's just the icing of the cake that you're seeing. You're only seeing the outside. You don't see the sweet deliciousness of the 800 pages that I still have that I haven't tried to release. Because once I realized AI was borrowing ideas, I had to quit playing with AI so much. Rather than getting it to perfect my ideas, I realized it's not just perfecting them, it's also sharing them. Why are you taking pictures of me in my work clothes, man? I've been out here changing transmissions and stuff.
I'm an AI it.
But like I tell people though, you want a working class person who works beside you.
Okay. When you send someone that's removed from the work.
Right.
Okay, and Brother Islam just said it. People tend to forget how they tend to displace the struggle, the time, the sweat equity, and where they have positioned themselves. So we're not taking that away from successful business people.
No, I'm not taking that
but does a successful business person consider those who have been left behind that are still in the struggle? Because you just heard this lady say, she's homeless, she's working 3 jobs, and they're making her a criminal because of her economic level in the capitalistic system.
I'll give you an example of how capital.
Did I frame that correctly?
You framed it very well, sir. I'll give you an example of how what I see to be a sickness in our minds that we don't seem to recognize. All right, so say we have this affluent area. Why is Costco and Sam's available to people who have more money? And cheaper gas at Sam's to people who have more money?
That's true. That's true. That's an observation.
So
that's reality.
Why isn't the Sam's discount, the Costco discounts for the poor communities? Who needs cheaper gas? Poor communities. People.
Well, let's say economically deprived.
Yeah, economically deprived. People who make less money. Why aren't they given the Sam's $2 gas?
Why is it when I call AT&T or I call Xfinity, I'm speaking to someone that's in a fourth world country, making a quarter on a dollar?
Well,
but when we start to move beyond a certain level of economic appeasement, we tend to displace those who were in that we were just there a month ago.
America has made you feel good about your step up, though.
Right, it
Feel me?
has.
So when you get your Costco card and your neighborhood you used to live in, they don't have that, you feel good about yourself. You start to feel like I'm better than them.
Yeah, the brother just said that.
Yeah, you feel better.
The gentleman, we're not gonna put it. Yeah. The gentleman just gave us that observation,
and that's instead. And I'm gonna tell you something. That another reason why I say you should vote for me.
Tell me why I need to vote. Why I need to bubble you in, sir.
So I found this speaker, right?
Okay.
And it was beautiful. It played very good music. I mean, it was dynamic. I mean, I had never heard a Bluetooth speaker like this, right? And I got it for a real good price. Like, it was expensive, and I caught it on sale.
Okay.
And at the time, I had a couple of dollars laying around. So you know what I did? I said, I'm going to give one of these speakers to somebody else.
You're going to allow them to have that.
And I do. I want them to have
the sound enrichment.
Yeah. I want them to experience the joy I have with this speaker.
Right.
I gave away 10 speakers that year. And you know the speaker, because you remember the one that was on the floor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you
yes,
was
sir.
like, that,
yes, sir.
That Carmen Hardin.
Right.
Speaker.
That expensive Carmen Hardin.
Is it Harman Kardon or Carmen Hardin? Whatever it is, HK. Harman Kardon. Dynamic.
Okay.
We gave away about 10 of them.
Okay.
And it wasn't because I'm expecting something back from them. It was, I just wanted you.
You want to share the experience.
To experience this
Right.
beautiful sound, when you listening to your music too. You know what I'm saying? So when we're seeing people who actually are moving up in the ranks and you made more money and you got a better job, it should be, in my opinion, that's when we turn around and we start to reach back and say, hey, let me show you how to come up this way too. And each one teach one is something we don't do anymore. We get up here on the high horse and then we want to run over everybody.
Right.
We don't want to reach down and pull somebody else up.
Right.
We like being, like you said, treat them like celebrities.
Right.
They like being treated like celebrities. They like being number one. Oh, they here. They like that feeling.
Right.
It makes them feel tingly inside. So they don't want another alpha coming in.
Right.
So the one thing we got to realize is nobody's going to try to uplift somebody smarter than them.
Powerful. And if you're the smartest one on your mountain, you need to climb to another
mountain. And guess
mountain.
what? That's the problem we have right now, is because they on the other side of the fence don't do that.
Right.
See, they fund they geniuses, they inventors, they creatives. They put them, who you think is out here in the wilderness on an adventure with funding, talking about, I just discovered a new beetle. Them people don't have jobs. They have funding from billionaires who fund them to discover this new fish, this new beetle. I found these Inca mountains that had never been seen before. They getting funded to do that. Who we funding?
We got Mr. Purtis Herman Williams, Community Connections Conversations.
I got a whole electric, this thing will change how we do electricity. I call it the Sun Gal because it's a good name, but it's really not sun, but it spins and it creates electricity, and I know how to build it. You think somebody trying to help fund that from the black community?
Tell them again what you running for, sir.
Mississippi U.S. House of Representatives in District 2. Come on, people. We need change. It is time for Mississippi to finally move forward. And I'm not finna sit here and tell you that I'm going to support your governor with these data centers, because I am not. That is going to be one of the things on my agenda, to make sure they are educated on and they know that they have been, well, I don't know if they've been used. They might know they finna screw over generations to come.
Wow. They just had a city
They
hall
might just
meeting.
be greedy. What you said, greedy?
Greedy and gluttony.
And gluttony.
That's one of
they
those
may know.
7 deadly sins.
Yeah, they may know. See, I didn't think about Benny Thompson went to Tougaloo. He went to Tougaloo. So how don't he know that the data center that they build in 2 miles from Tougaloo is going to give them poisonous fog? How he don't know that?
We're going to leave it on that note.
But he's 78. He probably don't care.
We're going to leave it on that note, guys. We got Mr. Purtis.
We got to go. I had some more stuff
Herman
I wanted
Williams.
to say.
No, you'll be back on the 5th. He'll be back on the 5th of March, 10:30 a.m. We're going to hopefully have Herman Taylor host that.
Okay.
And we're going to really peel it back. And then we go in the booth on the 10th. We're going to bubble in. If you want something, doing the same thing, expecting different results is insane thinking.
It is.
I had to get off them. That's why I had to get off them drugs.
Well, I say, if is the world crazy enough yet for you all to pick a real man fighter to vote for, or do you need somebody in here? Let me talk sweet to you and tell you how many.
Hey, we got to do something
Are
different.
y'all ready for somebody to go up in there and be this close to getting the assault charge if they mess with y'all children?
Look out now. Want to bring you all's attention to a couple of events this weekend. We got the Community Resource Fair. This is going to be Saturday, February the 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. College Hill MB Church, 1600 Shirley Avenue. All the details are there in the flyer. Then after that, we've got, this starts at 5. We got 2 events starting at 5. If you want something spiritual and uplifting, we've got a Joyful Noise Experience. That's going to be Lady Cherie. There's a contact number there, 601-551-8333. She's got a, is it
one?
Yeah, is that plethora or plethora?
Plethora.
A plethora of entertainment. Starting at the little bitty ones, we got some babies that's going to be in there, some 10, 12 there on the front end of that flyer, as well as some grown folks. That should be a wonderful spiritual experience. And it's in recognition of her children who have ascended. Then we're going to get to the big thing. We got the blues at the Patton House, Saturday, February 21st, 5 to 8 p.m. They got 2 different types of art. They got visual art, and then they've got musical art.
That's going to be in the Patton House.
That's going to be at the Patton House, and it is an official blues marathon route stop. So if you don't have anything to do, we got a lot going on. Please come out and support some of these events. Also, let me give a little shout out to a couple of our sponsors coming soon. This is one of my favorites here. Coming soon, I Grind Coffee and Tea Company, 2570 Bailey Avenue, Jackson, Mississippi. That's a dream child of Felicia Tripp. Also, let me see what else we got on here. While we're doing that, I'm going to let you guys hear 2 videos. One has got a little cussing in it, Cat Williams. And then the other one got Dion. Which one you want me to flip first? Dion or Cat?
Let's go Cat Williams.
Okay, we're going to go Cat, and then we're going to finish off something a little soft. All right. I enjoy being around you, sir, when I'm in here. Hold on.
You are silly.
If you can list the fucked up things that have happened in your life and you can put that on a list and you somehow made it past all of this to be in a position where you can still go make some stuff happen, that's what you have in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography, of every... Why is that? Is how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then fucking ride. Amen. Amen.
That's deep.
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Go ahead, give me something.
And
me
this
something.
this is some real stuff I'm finna give you here now. We always say that. But here's the thing. Being born in a rich family and having it given to you, and you end up being Elon Musk. You feel me? I'm like, that story he just told about how you can write down all the things you've been through and the challenges, and that's great. It sounds good. Elon Musk ain't been through none of that.
Right. Well, that don't apply to Elon.
No, so what I'm saying is we always have that story to motivate us and stay positive.
Get your ass up off the couch.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of the stuff that we going through, I don't like it at all.
Yes, sir.
I don't care for it at all. I'm not finna sit here and say it made me stronger. Some of that shit broke me.
Right.
You know what
but
I'm
you're
saying?
still here, though, Mr. Williams.
Yeah, I'm here, but guess what? It's a broken part of me here. I'm not the same person I was. And that person that I used to be, I used to like them a lot more than the angry, mean me.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm loving you because angry gets shit done.
But again, I used to be a lot happier.
Right.
And I was okay with that.
Well, angry stay angry.
When God called you to do something and show you all this craziness, and then you angry all the time, man. I'm like, I smile sometime, and I laughed the other day, bro, and it was like, it touched my heart because I hadn't laughed like that genuinely in so long. I was like, really?
But when you're
giggly,
when you're an advocate for the people and you watching people get tortured and slaughtered and taken advantage of,
I need a break. And see that when you dealing with all that and you fighting all the time.
Yeah. Well, you about to go to Congress. Shit, what you think you're gonna lay down?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying, hopefully I'll have some support then. You know, when you out here angry and mad at you.
Well, I want to commend
you might have 2 people that's really with you.
Right.
You know, when I look at my feed, it say 15,000 people saw it. You got 2 likes. Well, 2 people made me keep
Well,
going.
I want to commend you because we all are on the ledge. It only takes for us to blow to jump off. So we holding on. Got another event. 2026 Mississippi Southern Soul Celebration, Tuesday, March 10th. Honorees Taylor. I'm not going to pronounce her middle name. I know Tay Cheesy. And then we got DeMarcus Ford. Shout out to the Ford State Capitol, M-Bar State Capitol, 1:30 p.m. press conference. They got a QR code there. And then M-Bar Sports Lounge, 5 o'clock p.m. celebration and awards. They'll be in here on, not them, but representatives of this particular event will be in here on the 5th of March. Let me go with one more. This coming Sunday, the Brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fear Your Lamp History Symposium Weekend with Aisha the Goddess is going to be our guest host. That ought to be really interesting. She's very talented. And last but not least, I'm going to let you guys see this, which is what you just said. I think when God fights for you, you are guaranteed to win.
Yeah.
When God fights for you, you're guaranteed to win. Last but not least, in closing out, so I don't get kicked out of Visions Unlimited Studios, Mr. Curtis Herman Williams III, thank you so much for coming by today, sir.
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming by.
You
Because your craziness makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna say this just in my defense of things. So because people say we don't know enough about you. We ain't never heard your background. Okay, so let me give you a short one right quick. And this kind of
you don't want to save it for the 5th.
Well, it kind of speaks on
okay. Go right ahead.
What you're dealing with right now.
Okay.
My father was a politician.
Okay.
And when I was 9 years old, we were down in Brookhaven, Mississippi. He was running for supervisor. And he got shot right across the street from my brother and I. I didn't know what was happening at the time, as a young child. So when I look back on that, it almost seems as if my whole existence of forward progress had the brakes put on it because my father was a politician who fought for the people. And how you want to walk in your father's footsteps. So for a long time, I was scared to try it because of how he got killed, in front of your kids. You got killed in front of your children. You know what I'm saying? So for a long time, I was scared to get in this fight. And then I realized, you know what? My daddy did more before 33 than most of the people I know who are alive today. So I honor him now by saying, you know what? I'm finna get in this fight, and I'm going to make you wish you weren't in the fight with me.
And on closure, not closure, on extending.
Baby, you better check yourself and realize that life. Do you not realize that there's someone that will readily trade places with you right now and be thankful and appreciative, even though it seems like hell to you? Baby, you better check yourself and realize that life ain't really that bad. Baby, you winning. Baby, you are winning. Do you?
I want to thank my superhero, Mr. Curtis Herman Williams III, running for
U.S. House of Representatives, Mississippi District 2.
And I ain't running for shit, but the exit, Mr. Hey.
I'm about to run to it myself.
Mr. Hey, Community Connections, Conversations.
And
Be sure to check in with us. No, thank you, brother.
Thank you again.
Thank you for getting up off the couch,
Well,
man.
I'm going to say thank y'all for not showing up tonight.
Thank you
and
for not
having
showing
the
up.
door open. Whoever you were showed up.
Because the show goes on.
So, when I heard that somebody canceled, I was like, let me track hawk around this corner.
And I appreciate you.
So
hey,
we is up in here.
We want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your evening. We had some nice people to tune in. We had people on YouTube as well as on Facebook. All comments are welcome. Just please be cordial and polite with one another. It's not about battling. It's about receiving. And it might resonate. A sentence, a word, a paragraph.
I think we should stop fighting with each other right now.
Gotta stop. That's a distraction.
Like right now, seriously though.
Stop.
Can't we see that the fight is not left and right? It's for the children and everything that they've done to divide us. Let's make it backfire in their faces.
And let them know that the people still have the power. Power to the people.
And get out here and love one another deeply. Let us understand why we supported our team. We believed in them. We believed in the left. We believed in the right. And now we're realizing they don't believe in anything but worshiping the devil.
Greed and gluttony.
They some evil Knievels.
And on that note, guys, you all have a safe evening. Know that you are valuable. You're very capable. You're being attacked, and we got a battle.
It's time to go to war.
Hey!